Welcome all my dear students to Sudharma's physics classroom. Today we are going to do the combination of resistors numerical part 2. If you are watching this video for the first time, you can check the previous videos where we discussed the combination of resistors and we discussed some basic questions related with a combination of resistors. So today's class is a continuation of that. So let's start solving the questions. So let's start with this simple question here. What resistance must be connected to a 15 ohm resistance to provide an effective resistance of 6 ohm? What resistance must be connected to a 15 ohm resistance to provide an effective resistance of 6 ohm? So let's see how to think, how to understand what type of connection it is. We have a resistance of 15 ohm and the effective resistance has to be 6 ohms, right? That means the total resistance is less than the resistance provided in the question. So let's write down the values given. R1 is equal to 15 ohm. R2 we have to find out. We don't know what is R2 and the combination. So what type of combination it should be, right? That's our question now. So if the resistance has to be less than the given value, then definitely it's going to be a parallel combination, right? That we have already discussed in the previous videos. So the effective resistance of the parallel combination Rp is given as 6 ohm. So now I'm going to try our shortcut formula for parallel combination. Hope all of you remember the formula. We have the parallel combination resistance, effective resistance Rp is equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So now we can substitute the values. R2 we don't know. Rp is given as 6. 6 is equal to 15 into R2 divided by 15 plus R2. So now let's cross multiply it. 6 into 15 plus R2 is equal to 15 R2. So 6 into 15, 90. 90 plus 6 R2 is equal to 15 R2. So if you bring all R2s together, so it's going to be 15 R2 minus 6 R2, that's equal to 90. So solving it, 15 minus 6, you get 9. So 9 R2 is equal to 90, or R2 is equal to 90 by 9, that is 10 ohms. Now it looks simple, right? So the thought process we have done is, what is the effective resistance, whether it is equal or whether it is less than or greater than the given values, given resistance values, right? So here this value was less than the given resistance 15 ohm. So we go ahead with that parallel combination. And here it is easy because we have only 2 resistors given in the question. Let's try another one. There are 3 resistors, okay? 3 resistors of 6 ohms, 3 ohms and 2 ohms are connected together so that the total resistance is greater than 6 ohm. It's greater than 6 ohm but less than 8 ohm. This is going to be more tricky. So we have to draw a diagram to show this arrangement and calculate its total resistance. So as usual, our first procedure is to write down the data. Never forget that R1 is equal to 6 ohms, R2 is equal to 3 ohms and R3 is equal to 2 ohms. Okay, so they are connected together so that total resistance is greater than 6 and less than 8 ohms. So in this question also they have not given what type of connection it is, right? So it's our duty to find out what type of connection it is. And the case is little bit complicated because we have 3 resistors, right? The previous one had only 2 resistors, so the process was really easy. Now, how do you understand what type of connection it is? So if you have seen the previous videos, you know when you have 3 resistors given, and if this kind of a question appears, how do we approach that? We have 3 resistors, right? 3 resistors we can connect in 4 different ways. So one is actually all of them in series, and the other option is all of them in parallel. Another option was this, right? This is another option. Let's try this option. Now If you are going with this option, still there is a confusion which has to be connected in series and which resistors should come in parallel, right? That's another question. So here in this question they are given that 6 ohm, it's greater than 6 ohm. That means something plus something is added with 6 ohm, right? 6 plus something. So I'm just going ahead with this option of 6 ohm connected here. I'm just trying. Okay, so you can also try with different values given in different positions. So here we have the remaining things 3 ohm and 2 ohm. So why I have taken 6 ohm as the series connection here? Because the effective resistance should be greater than 6 and less than 8 ohm, and 3 and 2 when it is connected in parallel, definitely that value will be less than 2 ohm, because in parallel combination the effective resistance will be less than the least resistance given. So that is why I have chosen this option. Now let's try. So let me try this parallel combination. So Rp is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So that is 3 into 2 divided by 3 plus 2. So that's going to be 6 divided by 5. So 6 divided by 5, you will get 1.2 ohms. You have to do it. No, don't take calculators, because if you practice with calculators now, you will be under trouble in the exam hall. So our aim is to score the best, right? So never do the calculations with calculator. Okay, now you will have the calculator easily accessible, but don't use that. Okay, so parallel combination resistance we have calculated. Now this 6 ohm is already there, right? Instead of that parallel combination, now we have 1.2 ohm. So this is our series combination, right? This is easily series combination. So R series is equal to 6 plus 1.2. So you're going to get 7.2 ohm. So we got some value. Let's try it is satisfying the conditions given in the question. The value should be greater than 6 ohm but less than 8 ohm. Definitely 7.2 is greater than 6 and less than 8 ohm. And our solution is done. And many of you will be having some doubts. I'm sure about that. So how do I take this as a parallel combination, right? So what we have to check, this is another trick to follow. So if a current is flowing, so once it is reaching here, so it has two paths in front of it. It can just flow through two different paths. That means the current is splitting. When the current is splitting, that means it is a parallel combination. Let's see here, the current is flowing through these resistors through only one path. There is no deviation happening. So that is a series connection. Hope you understood. You can try. If you have still doubt why I have taken 6 initially, why can't we take 3? You can try. You have the freedom to try. Try and see what is the answer you're getting. Okay, you have to try it. Now let's do another diagram. So I have the diagram here. We have a resistance. So this is another type of combination we can do with 3 resistors. See, this is one option, the one we have drawn already, and this is the next option we can do with two different three resistors. So here we have 2 points A and B. So we have 6 ohm, 6 ohm and 6 ohm. This is the connection now. Now what can be done? Between A and B we have to choose it, right? So on the top you can see two 6 ohms connected in series. Okay, so this is series because if a current enters here, definitely that goes through 6 and 6. So we can call it as R series. That R series, that is in parallel with 6 ohm, the other 6 ohm, because here the branching of current is taking place, right? So now let's try. R series is equal to 6 plus 6, that's equal to 12 ohm. Now 12 ohm is in parallel with 6 ohm, the other 6 ohm. So our parallel equation we can use directly because it's only two resistors connected in parallel. So it's going to be R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So it's 12 into 6 divided by 12 plus 6. So 12 into 6 divided by 18, right? So 6 and 18, so 312 by 3 is 4 ohms. So this is the effective resistance of this particular combination. Hope you understood it. So why I have chosen the top one as series? Because they are end-to-end connection, and another way to identify that as series is once a current is entering into that combination of resistors, there is no branching out on the top, okay. But if a current is coming here, it is actually splitting into two. So as a whole, overall the combination is parallel. Okay, now let's do one more question today. So let me draw the diagram. So this is going to be really easy for you. I'm going to give you a simple question, but many branches are there, because every time we cannot expect very easy questions. So let me see how many of you can solve this question. We have a resistor R, another combination is coming here. See, by this we can wind up all the types of questions, all the types of networks. And in the next class, we will be discussing the splitting of current, voltage, etc. Okay. So we have the 2 points A and B. So here we are going to apply the other formulae we have studied in the last video. So we have 5 ohm and another 4 ohm, and here we have 6 ohms. Okay. So we have 3 sets of resistors, right? One is this 333 in parallel, other one is 5 ohm, and another one more parallel combination, right? So let me call the first one as RP1. The total resistance is parallel combination 1, this is parallel combination 2, and 5 is definitely it is in series with the circuit. Now for the first one, for RP1, I am not going to do that 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. I am going to apply the shortcut formula we have discussed. If equal resistors are connected in parallel, then effective resistance is going to be R divided by N. How many of you remember this formula? R divided by N. R is 3. How many 3 ohms are there? 3 ohms are there. So the total resistance is 1 ohm. Similarly, here RP2 we have 2 different resistors, right? So we can use the formula R1, R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So R1 is 4, R2 is 6, 4 into 6 by 4 plus 6, 24 by 10. So we get 2.4 ohms. So in between we cannot forget this 5 ohm, it's there, okay. So now let's reduce the circuit. That first parallel combination is changed to 1 ohm now. And already we have 5 ohms, and the other parallel combination is 2.4 ohms. Now what happens? This is going to be a series connection. Hope you are able to identify the type of connection. So R series 1 plus 5 plus 2.4, 1 plus 5 6, 6 plus 2.4, that gives you 8.4 ohms as a whole. Okay, so total 8.4 ohm is the effective resistance of this particular combination. So I hope almost all types of circuits are covered according to our grade level. Okay, there are different types of connections possible, but we have to focus on our board exam level, right? So in the coming class, we will be discussing more numerical. Again, the session continues. Okay, we are not going to wind up here. In the coming videos, numerical part 3 is waiting for you. So there I'll be coming with lot of questions on how the potential difference is given to each resistor in series combination, and how current will be splitting in different resistors in a parallel combination. Lot of important steps are waiting for you. So stay tuned for the coming videos. Please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you get notifications whenever I upload the new chapters and new informations. So thank you for watching. See you in the next class. Bye.